To my left here is Eli Payton. Right here is our big man, Brock Vradenberg, and Ethan Firestone. So thank you for the honor of just being here today. Brett, thank you. To Jay Sarah. We're really privileged. We're a small school in Pasadena, and we are excited to be amongst the big boys of what we consider the best high school baseball in the country. Maranatha, we won CIF in Division III in 2018. We've been growing our program for the past 10 years. This is my 9th year at Maranatha. Playing the Olympic League, smaller league, but we've been producing some great talent at Maranatha and Pasadena here. And last year we had a kid by the name of Dawson Netz, who's now at the University of Arizona, Max Blessinger at Dallas Baptist, Nick Iverson at UC Davis, Cole Dale at UC San Diego. Several years ago we had a kid who's in major leagues with the White Sox, Dylan Covey at Maranatha. And currently we have Eli going to UCLA next year. Brock is going to Michigan State. Ethan is to TBA. He'll have an announcement soon. As well as Owen Hackman at Loyola Marymount and several others. So we expect to have another great season in the Olympic League, compete. We're in Division II again this year, a stacked division, just like Division I. It's kind of anybody can take that. Santa Margarita had a tremendous run last year, and they're a great team. We played them a couple weeks ago in a little scrimmage. So, yeah, so I'll pass the mic. I want the boys to talk. Go ahead.
Just to give you guys just a courtesy heads up, there will be a bell that will be ringing. I try to get it shut off in here, so the students will be dismissed. They are in school right now, so just to give you guys a heads up on that. All right.
How you doing, guys? Steve Doherty, PBR. Coach, talk a little bit, just hit on a few points about each one of these guys and what they mean to your program.
Yeah, so Eli's a kid who transferred to us from Loyola High School after his sophomore season. He played last year with us, and what we did is Eli is very versatile. He can play first base, he plays third base, he plays right field, left field, and center field now. Hits fourth in our lineup. One of the most powerful bats, I'd say left-handed bats in Southern California. Matter of fact, most teams we play and scouts who see us, colleges who see us say between Brock and Eli, there's not two bigger left-handed hitters hitting 3 and 4 in any high school lineup. So that's Eli. He also is pitching for us this year. Never know what's going to happen to him at UCLA, so he's been closing out some games for us and doing well. So Brock and Ethan are two of our remaining starters from our CIF championship team. Brock took over first base as a sophomore, now a senior, committed to Michigan State this last summer. He continues to grow. He's 6'6", 220 now, left-handed hitter. Probably one of the most pure hitters I've seen. His swing is just phenomenal. He drives the ball to all fields with power. Has gotten very athletic around first base. You wouldn't know based on his size that he can play as good a first base as he can. His footwork is tremendous. The other thing is we put Brock in the outfield this summer on his travel team so that he could learn to be more athletic. You know, I challenged him this last summer that he was actually the same size as Cody Bellinger. And why could Cody play such an athletic outfield as well as first base? You know, challenged him to be more athletic, and that's really been something that he's taken to heart. He's in the weight room 3 mornings before school a week with our trainer, and he's doing a really good job just becoming one of the top tier athletes, not just a first baseman. Ethan Firestone, in my personal opinion, is one of the best defensive catchers in Southern California. Tremendous arm, but it's the way he handles the staff is like none other. Came to us after his freshman year from Notre Dame High School. Ethan's really grown. Dawson Netz is one of his best friends, and we FaceTimed Dawson on our way down here today. So, but Ethan and Dawson developed this relationship, and they both taught each other how to be better players. And And so I would say the way Ethan handles the staff is phenomenal. But really, what's come over this last summer for him in fall is his ability to hit. I think that was his biggest knock on him as a complete player, and that's really turned around. He went to Jupiter and played in the WWBC or BA, and he 11 ribbies or four doubles in a couple games, and really turned his hitting around and has really carried that sense. So now he's going to be a middle of the lineup hitter for us, and we really see Ethan as being a top tier catcher.
Great. Ethan, don't be afraid to let the cat out of the bag. Let us know where you're going right now, okay? But individual questions. Eli, UCLA, Brock, Michigan State. Tell me a little bit about why. Why those schools?
I don't know if it's good, but UCLA has always been a dream of mine. I grew up, a lot of legacy there, and it's just the perfect academic and baseball fit for me. Being #1 for like 10, 12 weeks last year was just amazing, but hopefully we get to a College World Series and take home the ring. It's the main goal. So.
Brock, Michigan State. You don't see a lot of California guys
Yeah, that's
leave.
for sure.
Talk a little bit about that.
I definitely I wanted to go Power 5 for sure, conference-wise, but I definitely emailed a lot of schools in the Big Ten, and Michigan State was kind of the only school that gave me a regular response instead of like hey, come to our camp and stuff. They gave me a generic response. Okay, we're going to come. We like what we see on the video, so we'd like to come see you in person. And then Coach Sykes took time. They had a game in Arizona. He left to not coach that game. He's the first base coach, to come watch me play. So I was like, okay, they really think I'm special. And then went on a visit there and just completely fell in love with the campus. And I wanted a big school to go to, and so I thought Michigan State was the best place to go for me, especially to play too. So.
One of the things Brock didn't mention was we did a lot of work together on finding the right fit for him. You know, it's not just about sending kids to big schools or big names. It's about finding a fit that's going to be a 4-year place where they can graduate and be excited about the degree they're going to earn. When we emailed schools in the Big Ten, when we emailed schools in the Big Ten, one of the reasons is we evaluated the schools in the Pac-12 first, and what we noticed is they don't have a lot of 6'6" guys playing first base. What they take is a lot of shortstops that may be in the 6'1" to 6'3" range, and they convert them into first basemen. So they have a tremendous amount of athletes around the infield. You know, all of them have played shortstop basically growing up. That's not Brock. He's not a shortstop. And so we needed to find a school maybe in the Big 12, Big 10 where they're going to appreciate a kid of his size that can go out there and really just play a different style of baseball, but a successful style of baseball for him.
I was going to ask you, it's 32 degrees in East Lansing now.
Mentally prepared. I told myself I wouldn't wear long sleeves for night games this year.
So for me, last year around this time, I committed to GCU, and then through the summer, I just decided it wasn't the right fit for me, and I would rather stay closer to home. And so then I just looking at schools around here, deciding what education I want, things like that. I just decided to decommit and stay closer to home.
Shoot, real quick. You have listed 6 guys at 3.7 GPA or higher, which in and of itself is pretty impressive. And some of your guys, Eli 4.0, you mentioned. What do you do in terms of, you know, when the season gets really long, you get into these spring break tournaments, you guys are traveling, you're going to Paso Robles. I mean, how do you maintain the academic piece? You know, and for you guys, I mean, Eli with the 4.0, how do you balance it all? I mean, you're busy with scout ball, with summer ball, with everything sort of ball, and you're maintaining a 4.0 at a rigorously academic school.
You know, before Maranatha, I worked in public schools. I've been working in education for a while. I've never found a school quite like Maranatha where the teachers are dedicated to the whole student. It's not just about their class. It's not just about baseball or, you know, the sport that they're playing. They want to see a well-rounded student here. And so one of the things is we have teachers that will go above and beyond, just as these kids go above and beyond on the field. These teachers are coming early, staying late, meeting with them during lunch, answering questions so that it works around everybody's schedule. And they're dedicated to seeing these kids succeed. And so that's been a very helpful thing with these guys. Last year when we played in the Boris Classic, traditionally that's not a tournament that we would be playing in because it didn't align with our spring break. We had the head of our school and the principal both say, you guys have got to go. You can't miss a tournament, an opportunity for these boys like this. And so we had a dean of students come with us, stay in the hotel, and every day after the games, we'd have a 2-hour mandatory class time study hall. So these guys could take their tests, we wanted to give them that same feel that they're going to get when they play at these major universities where they have to learn to take tests on the road, do their homework. We stayed accountable with them. So these guys work really hard. We practice. We share our field with a junior college, and so we don't get on the field till even 4:30 in the afternoon, and we practice till 7 o'clock at night every day. So these guys are getting home 8 o'clock at night when they're starting their homework. It's a dedication. I mean, these guys are some of the most dedicated athletes I've been around, and it's a tribute to them and their parents for being willing to, do things a little bit non-traditional and really put the effort forward and put academics first.
Coach, I've seen you play a couple times already this year, and what we're looking at here is the now, right? And there's one guy not here, your third baseman, but there's also a freshman that's on your team that's super impressive. Talk a little bit about Adrian and your third baseman.
So I'm assuming by third baseman you mean Josh Chires? Yeah, Josh Chires, phenomenal kid. I mean, honestly, I could have filled this table with more guys than 3. Josh is a great kid and is probably some of the best hands and feet as an infielder that I've been around. He does a great job of moving around the infield too. We actually have him playing third. We have him playing second. Hits 5th or 6th in the lineup right now. He'll be announcing his college commitment pretty soon here. That one we're still working out some stuff, but it's going to be a great fit for him and a great fit for our school with him too. Do you want to talk about Adrian? I'll mention something, but you go ahead.
Adrian's my little boy. I took him under my wing a little bit, but he's one of the funniest and coolest kids I've known as a freshman. He's a holdback, but he's going to be something really special for years to come. His number 1 right now is Vanderbilt. That's what his goal is. He was under, Jason Gonzalez? Is that the guy at Vanderbilt now? He trains with him, and he's one of the hardest working kids I know, low-income family, and he's been grinding this spring, so he's going to have a really good season, and the next 3 years are going to be magnificent for him.
Adrian Lopez. So he's going to be our shortstop this season. Pretty tough to be a 6'3", 190-pound freshman. But we're going through an interesting time at Maranatha right now where we have these tremendous athletes around us that are going to be graduating in a year, and we will be likely starting anywhere from 3 to 4 freshmen a game as well. We have some other freshmen, Jackson Heisey, a phenomenal pitcher, outfielder, Daniel Ruiz, left-handed pitcher, outfielder, and Garrett McGuigan. All of them, these guys are contributors, they haven't missed a beat. They come in here and they compete with these guys right off the bat there's no fear, there's no deer in the headlight looks. It's like, hand me the ball, I'm ready to go. And so that's one of the things that we're excited about. For these guys? Okay, so yeah, Eli's going to be most likely playing third base, pitching, and playing some right field. Primary third base. Brock first base. Ethan behind the plate. Yeah. Those new freshmen, Jackson will be in center field, left field, right field. Daniel will be in center field, pitching. Garrett will be in right field. So it's possible we'll go some games with an entire freshman outfield with Adrian at shortstop. It's going to be exciting. I mean, I'm excited for the next 4 years. We're going to have some kids here that are going to be up on this stage in just a couple of years here.
We have time for one more question.
Yep.
Lance Smith, Scorebook Live. Are there any, so Maranatha is one of the only baseball teams here where they're a premier team, but you don't really have any other big team sports on that level, that makes you kind of unique at this media day. Are there any pros or cons to that?
It's funny. When I came into Maranatha, we were, I would say, a basketball school. Tim Tucker, our basketball coach, is one of the top coaches around. We had a kid named Tyler Dorsey who played basketball, who's in the NBA recently, CIF champions and whatnot. And so we came in and just started pushing baseball a little bit and trying to get these guys to really buy into our baseball program. And I would say in that time, Maranatha's become what we know as a baseball school now, but it hasn't always been that way. It's a dedication of my assistant coaches working with these guys around the clock, just trying to, get them to play with the big boys is really, and we find it to be an honor. We're not intimidated. We're not, we don't shy away from it. It's an honor to be recognized with the Harvard Westlakes, La Moradas, Jay Serras, all the rest of the guys, Cypress who's here. I mean, these guys are, this is what we want to have, and so that's what we're earning towards.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.